Welcome to Agricultural Development Trust, Sharda Bai Pawar, Mahila Arts, Commerce, Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. I am Professor Poonam Mishra, brought for you subject secretarial practice. Now student, in the previous video, in the first chapter, Introduction to Corporate Finance, we had seen working capital requirement, how many types of working capitals are there, so fixed capital and working capital, and also we have learned that what are the factor which affects the requirement of working capital and fixed capital. Apart from that student, now further we will learn the importance of corporate finance. So in that the first point is help in decision making. So students, without finance, without money, no any decision can be made, no any decision can be put into the action. Okay, so the most important decision of the business enterprise are determined by on the basis of availability of the fund money. It is difficult to perform any function of business enterprise independently without the finance. You know that the finance is a backbone of any business organization. So without the fund, no any decision can be taken independently. Decision will be taken keeping in the view of the impact on the profitability. So what will be the impact on the profit of the company should be considered before taking any decision. And also the company should consider how much fund or how much finance is available with the company. Next is help in raising capital. Raising means collecting, capital means money. So whenever business firm wants to start the new firm, new venture, they need to raise the capital. They have to collect the fund. So business firm can raise the fund by issuing the shares, debentures, bonds, or even by taking the loan from the bank. So student, this term, what does it mean? You will come to know further in the next question. Next point is help in research and development. Yes, without fund, without money, without finance, no any research activity, no any development activity can be undertaken by the company. So research and development must be undertaken for the growth and expansion of any business. It is a lengthy process. It requires the manpower, technologies. So therefore the fund have to be made available, have to be collected by the company throughout the research work. So this would require the continuous financial support to the company. Next is help in smooth running of the business firm. Yes, student, without corporate finance, smooth functioning of business firm cannot be possible. A smooth flow of corporate finance is needed, is important to pay the salary of the employees. If the company is having the sufficient finance, so they will pay the salary on time, they will clear the loan, they will purchase the raw material, and also they can launch a new product in the market effectively. Now students, the fifth point says promotes expansion and diversification. Expansion means opening new branches. Diversification means introducing new product into the market or into their brand, under their brand. So the corporate finance provide the money to purchase the modern machines and technology to the company. If the finance is there, company can purchase the modern machine and technology. They have not to use the outdated technology. So therefore finance become mandatory, means important for expansion and diversification of a company. Next is managing the risk. Yes, you know, student, right now the pandemic situation is going on. Nobody has predicted this pandemic situation in the year of 2017 or 18, which was unpredictable. But after in the year 2019, the COVID pandemic spread all over the world and also in the India. So many losses, so many economic recession is going on. So Businessmen should be ready all the time for managing whatever the risk will come into the business environment. So the company has to manage the several risks such as sudden fall in sale, loss due to the natural calamities, loss due to the strike, loss due to the pandemic. So the company should be ready to face these challenges, and for these challenges, to facing this challenge, they need the fund. So corporate finance is very important. Next is replace old asset. Yes, if new technological product is launched into the market, so the company has to replace the old asset with the new asset after becoming it outdated. So the finance is required to purchase the new asset. So corporate finance is important for purchasing the new asset. Next is payment of dividend and interest. From whom the company has collected the fund or finance? They might be shareholder or they might be the creditor. Shareholder will get the dividend from the company and the creditor will get the interest from the company. So the finance is needed to pay the dividend to the shareholder and interest to the creditors and bank, etc. Last point in the importance of corporate finance is payment of taxes and fees. Now the every company has to pay the tax to the government, such as income tax, GST, and fees to the registrar of company for various activities. So for this the company need the finance with them. Now student, our next question is capital structure. You should understand, you already know capital is a cash or goods which is invested into the business for running the business activity. How many types of capital you have seen? Fixed capital, working capital. Now student, just you understand what is capital structure, how it is created. Actually capital structure has two sides, like the every coin has two sides. So capital structure is a coin and it has a two side. First side is equity and second side is a debt. Student, equity side is known as a shareholders fund. Means the equity side or shareholders fund, equity side money is given by the shareholders and debt side money is given by the the creditors who provide the debt to the company. So in the equity shareholders fund, three types of capital can be collected or raised. First one is equity capital, second one is a preference share capital, and the third one is retained earning. And on the other side, borrowed fund means a debt fund include debenture, term loan and public deposit. So these are mainly the two side. One is a owned side, independent side, and another one is a debt side, which is given, it is given by the co-owner of the company. Co-shareholders are the owner of the company. It is given by the creditors of the company. Means equity capital or shareholders fund can be created by internal parties, and debt capital or borrowed fund is created by the outsiders party. So let's understand it in detail. It's very easy student. In your textbook some points are missing, so you should follow this diagram only. This is a perfect diagram of the capital structure. So first one, shareholders fund or own capital has first equity share capital. Now what is equity share capital? It is a primary first basic source of financing the business. Equity shares are those shares on the dividend is paid after it is paid on the preference shares. Means equity is share capital is a basic source of financing to any business, and the dividend to this shareholder will be paid after the preference shareholders. Because the equity shareholder are called as a real owner of the company, so they own the company, they have a ownership of the company, so they bear the risk also which is associated related with the ownership, and for that they carry the dividend on a changing rate, on a fluctuating rate depending upon the profit. Means the equity shareholder are the co-owner of the company, so he will get the dividend as per the profit earning capacity of the company. So the first company has to pay the outsiders interest, outsiders payables. After that the amount, if surplus is there, that will be paid to the equity shareholders. Next is preference share capital. Yes, student, preference share capital is also a share, but its relation with the company is not like a equity share capital. Equity share capital or equity shareholder are the only real owner of the company. They are just having the name share capital, but they are not the real owner of the company. They is treated like a creditor only. So the preference shares carries the first right for the payment of dividend over the equity shares, and have a priority over the equity share for the return of capital also. When the company is closed or liquidated, the first preference will be given to preference shareholder for making the payment, then all the creditors, and finally the equity shareholder will get their share from the company's sold property. So this share carry the dividend at the fixed rate. So dividend will be fixed on the preference share. They will get their dividend on a regular basis on a fixed rate. Next is retained earning. The name itself suggests retained means kept aside. Some part of the profit is saved. Earning, retained means saved, earning means profit. So saved profit is known as a retained earning. So it is an internal source of financing. Every year company earns the profit. Out of that profit they save some money. So that is known as a retained earning. So it is an internal source of financing or saving the money. It is nothing but the plugging back, keeping aside of the profit. Now next is a student borrowed fund, which is also known as a borrowed capital or debt capital. In this, the first one is debenture. So what is debenture? It is a proof, acknowledgement of the loan raised by the company. Like share certificate is given to shareholder, the debenture certificate is given to the debenture holder. So it is a proof of the loan by the company. Company has to pay the interest at an agreed rate to the debenture holders. Next is term loan. Term loan are provided by the banks, other financial institution. They carry the fixed rate of interest. So the term loan are provided by the bank. Bank provide the loan to the company and other financial institutions, and they carry the fixed rate of interest, and the company has to pay that interest to them regularly. Next is a public deposit. Student, it's like a loan, but term loan is given by the bank and financial institution, and the deposit is given by the public to the company. So here the public will keep their amount as a deposit with the company, and they will get the fixed rate of interest on this deposit. Now why this deposit is popular? Because this company public deposit carries higher rate of interest than the bank deposits. So this is a specific amount kept and deposit with the company by the investor for a short period of time, that is 1 or 2 or 3 years, on which the investor earns the interest every year till the principal amount is repaid to them. So students, hope you have understood this video. Here our first chapter is over, and in the next video we will start the new chapter. Students, please keep writing the PDF notes which I send you on a group every day after the lecture is over. These notes are very important. I have prepared these notes for you to make you remember it easily, and your notes should not be so long and should not be so short. So that's why I have prepared by typing these notes. So please study from this if you have understood, and if you have doubt, then come with your doubt in the Google Meet lecture. Thank you.